So the racing continues with the TKM Extreme Festival Cup. Scott Jeffs and Carl Sproat on the front row with Rob Wallace and Ryan Green just behind. Thomas McMurray and Mark Morrissey on row 3 ahead of Sam Sanders and Tom Hackett in P8. Several star drivers in the field, including number 60, Simon Wallace. You may have noticed just before the break, he was the one who gave us the wave on the way to the grid. Here they go into the first corner. Everybody jostling for position, and it looks pretty clean despite a couple of bits of contact here, there and everywhere, but not enough to end the race for anybody, so that is good to see. Out in front though, charging away, it is the 62 up at the front, sorry, the 52 out of the front of the grid. I was going to say it was Andreas Goodsall, but it's not. It's Carl Sproat who leads away at the first point of asking. So Jeffs was beaten off the line there by Sproat as they make their way through Weldon Corner, down the TKM straight and into Kestrel Corner. And interesting to see a couple of drivers making that jostle for position early. But out in front, Sproat leads, Jeffs is second. Looking back to see who's in third, well, the 99 certainly doesn't look like he's going to be going too much further. That's Ashley Hayward, struggling with a technical difficulty. Here's the 26 making his move for second place. It doesn't quite work. Ryan Green, and again, he's tried to get it started, and Hayward throws his arms in the air. What have I got to do to get this thing working? It isn't an easy moment when your car breaks down. You can be as great a driver as you want, but in motor racing, if your machinery isn't up to scratch on the day, and in that particular moment, but it all goes pear-shaped. There he is, though, dragging his car back to the pits. That is the long and lonely walk back to the pits. Absolute despair from that young man. In many ways, a tough way to go kart racing, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work out your way. Sproat leading, though. Jeff second. 26 is third still. That, of course, is Ryan Green. And another one dropping out there early on. So the mechanical gremlins are creeping in everywhere. That's Miles Murphy in the 57. What a save that was from the 38. Ploughing into turn 1. Sean Abbott collecting masses of oversteer there and managing to grab it all together. Some great moments there as 26 now makes his move for second place. So Green goes up past Jeffs in the 19, and it looks like the 50 is going to get through as well. Nice move there from Rob Wallace as he moves to third position. And yet another, they're dropping like flies here. That was the 32 of James Kenyon. So a little further on into the race, well, the Battenbergs have come out, so something's happened out on the track. The Battenbergs are on circuit. That is, in effect, the safety car of karting, Alan.
Yep, Battenberg flag means slow down. It actually means in motorsport slow down to 50 miles an hour. Of course, this is karting, so they'll be slowing down to something a lot less than that, perhaps 20 miles an hour. Follow the leader until you get the green flag at the start again. We saw Miles Murphy, or Smiles Murphy as you like to call him. Miles was a winner at the festival a couple of years ago, but obviously we saw him earlier on. He was out doing the racing the two-stroke this weekend. But under the Battenbergs, karts line up now behind the leader. Is the Battenberg flag. As they go across the line, they'll get the green flag and they're underway and racing again, and the kart's in behind, sleeping, allowing the 52 kart to get a jump at the start, Jake.
Well, Green initially got up into second place, but McMurray's going to get him back on the undercut. Yes, that's McMurray making his way back up into second place now, and here comes Wallace in the 50 on the inside then of Ryan Green in the 26. He loses it. Oh no, it's all gone pear-shaped. He lost it on the way through the left-hander, and Ryan Green was the unlucky man, stuck in no man's land, nowhere to go, and he's the one that gets mown down. What a disaster there. Oh, poor Ryan Green. There was nothing he did wrong there at all. To be fair, that was just the wrong place, wrong time. He desperately tried to get out of the way, but just a little bit of opposite lock from Rob Wallace, just couldn't save it. And now it looks like Rob Wallace has got away with that one scot-free. And he's now having to cope with the fact that he's just taken somebody out. Totally unintentional, of course.
Yeah, not Rob's fault. Look, Rob lost it going into the corner, and unfortunately, he's slowing momentum, just caught Ryan out, and Ryan had nowhere to go. So nobody at fault, certainly not Rob's fault, just a mistake going into the corner, and unfortunately for Ryan, he's come off worse. But look at this, Carl Sproat's well out front here, looks the winner all day long.
Well, Sproat is indeed out in front. I was going to say Rob Wallace got away with that one scot-free. He didn't. He's out of the race as well. The 38, that means, now moves into third position. That is the Talco chassis. 38, well, it was the 38. It looks like Jeffs has got back through again. I was going to say it was Sean Abbott, but Abbott now drops back into fourth position once again behind Jeffs. Then we have the 54 running in fifth position. That's Tom Hackett. Just behind him is the 17. That is Sam Sanders. So some interesting moves through the field. The 27 and 35, I think that is just in behind. Sorry, no, that must be the 25 of Chris Cook. So interesting to see the jostling for positions. Cook there in the 25, just in front of Jack Ransom, just behind Jack Ransom, the 27, in the Alonso kart. As through the final turn at the Kimbolton corner and down the Hind straight once again, there is your leader, 52, having a whale of a time out in front, Carl Sproat. I would say he could take it pretty much easy from here, but you never can in karting. Up the inside, nice little move there as Chris Cook gets Jack Ransom on the way through Stoke corner. And now we've got the 19, desperately in defence mode. Scott Jeffs trying to keep Sean Abbott in the 38 behind him as they battle for third position, with the 86, I think that is, of Thomas McMurray still running strong in second position behind the leader. Looking good then, McMurray. He managed to take advantage of that little incident between Green and Wallace, and that's kept him firmly in second place. Now is Abbott going to get the run on Jeffs out of the final turn? Down the Hind straight once more. Sproat leading, McMurray second. Jeffs, here comes 38. Is he going to make the move on the inside? Very nicely done, Sean Abbott, and he makes sure that Jeffs can't get the undercut, so third position is his. That was a sweet little manoeuvre, and he got himself beautifully into third position. Now he's the one having to play defensive as Jeffs goes on the attack. This is very different to other forms of motor racing. When somebody gets through and gets a bit of space, the toe is lost and you're done and dusted as far as trying to make the move back again is concerned. In karting, as soon as you make a move on somebody else, it's their turn to have a go at you. It happens so quickly and there's no chance to build up a decent momentum. Jeffs now tries the wide line through the Kimbolton corner on the back of Sean Abbott. A little later on into the race, you can see that Thomas McMurray is actually caught up to the back of Carl Sproat, so he's definitely not got this race on a silver plate. He's going to have to work for it, and McMurray will be the man who pushes him right to the finish line. Still, this battle goes on for third between Abbott and Jeffs, having a great little scrap, and they've got a tiny bit of distance between themselves and fifth place. But it's not going to be enough to stay comfortable with the 54, I think that is, still in fifth place, Tom Hackett, trying to fend off a couple of drivers of his own. Thomas McMurray, you can see how much ground he's made up on Carl Sproat. He's right behind him and he's set the fastest lap in the process of doing so. So he really is on it, as Abbott once again defends his line from Jeffs out of the final turn, down the Hind straight, and this is the last lap. McMurray has left his best for last. He's got right onto the tail of Carl Sproat, and look at the wide line that Jeffs has got to take in comparison to make this move on Abbott. 54 loses fifth position, that's Hackett. He loses it to the 50 of Rob Wallace, so he's managed to make his way back up into contention, Rob Wallace. After that little moment, I said he was out of the race. What I should have said was that he was out of contention, but he's managed to get his way back up there. So good work from Rob Wallace. He's obviously redeeming himself in the finest of styles, but it's going to be these two to the very line. Is Carl Sproat going to be able to hang on from Thomas McMurray? I would guess yes, but it's not done till the finish line. Jeffs takes one more look at Abbott, trying to get the undercut for third place, and it's Sproat who wins it. McMurray is second. Who's going to be third? Across the line, side by side. I think it might just have been Abbott. We'll see what the timing screens gives it to. Well, McMurray is declared the winner because it appears that the 52 of Carl Sproat was excluded for a technical infringement, so it's McMurray from Abbott just grabbing second place from Scott Jeffs.
You started on pole, but it was a fraught race. You dropped back a bit and real hard work.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get pole in the first place, but I'm very happy with third. So wasn't expecting to be on the TV either, but hoping I stay in fourth.
Okay, well done to you. In second place, then we have Sean Abbott. Now, Sean, you were one of the very, very fastest brand new kart out in time qualifying. Then you had a couple of disasters in the heats, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't too good in the heats, really. The rolling laps were pretty slow, so we hauled up on two of them. But apart from that, we came back in the pre-final, did pretty well for the festival, and good position for the final. So.
And some real hard work to get up there to take second spot.
Yeah, it was the red flag helped in the race, but yeah, it was quite hard passing some of the guys, but I managed to do it, so I'm pretty happy. I'd just like to thank my mum and dad for all their hard work they've put in over the years, and Talco for the chassis, for new chassis this year, and Spellfame as well, because they helped us out a lot.
Okay, great. Well done to you. And taking the victory then, we have Thomas McMurray. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you won the four-stroke last year, didn't you? I did, yeah. So 2 wins in 2 years can't be bad.
No, not bad. I had a bit of a difficult start of the year trying to adjust to the two-stroke. I've only been out on this kart about 3 or 4 times, so quite happy to come away with a bit of silverware.
So very good. And how do you find two-stroke racing compared to four-stroke?
Yeah, a little bit different, I think, compared to it. Yeah, struggled a bit with qualifying. Sort of went the wrong way with setup and lost half a second, so sort of struggled from there and got excluded from Heat 1, which wasn't brilliant. But yeah, other than that, the other couple heats weren't too bad.
Great. Well, 2 wins there for Thomas McMurray in 2 years. Can't be bad. Well done. We'll look forward to seeing you win again next year. Well done.
Well, now is the time to go and make the tea, because coming up after the break, the Junior Elite Final. And as Alan has already said, this is the best karting race for the last 10 years. Don't go away.